I want to go ahead and, come on here to speak about something that I felt like and what God placed on my heart that needed to be talked about. Um, and it's very important. You know, it's it's just like, man, we live in our life, and from generations on down, from family members, all of these things that been taking place in our lives. And when is our time? When is our time to go? Whatever we did here on earth, whatever we were supposed to do, and whatever we was not supposed to do here on earth. If you answer your call to do what you're supposed to do on earth and live righteously, and kept in faith as a believer, not saying that you haven't made any, that you didn't sin or been perfect or whatever. Yeah, we sin every day. And what I'm really trying to get at is that we think that just because that you see a person that is kind, loving, sweet, and everything like that here on earth that you had the time with, and when they pass, you thinking that they automatic goes to heaven. Let me be a fair news to you, man. It's not what you think it is. That is not the way how God operates. Okay. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because that I was just watching a testimonial from Rod Picker. If any of you know who that is, and I always had this the spirit of uh, gift that he has as well. But he tell his testimonial in a awesome, great way for a lot of people to wake up and to notice and realize that everybody don't automatic goes to heaven when they pass. And you can have seeds that's buried in your heart that you have not taken care of, that you have not dealt with to remove these seeds that was planted in your heart. And when you get into like your marriage, these relationships and everything like this come around, everything is growing, but those seeds of unforgiveness that you say that you forgive people, and you just say that you forgive and move on, but didn't really forgive, and all of this, those seeds was planted along while you were becoming the person who you was trying to become as well. And you look at things like why things are, why these things later on in life hit you so hard, and why things seem to do a 360, not even a 360, a 720 on you after so much work that you did on yourself to have a better life, to change and everything, and things still turn upside down. The reason why is because that you never dealt with the porn addiction. You never dealt with the fornication. You never dealt with the adultery and all of these seeds that you had planted in your heart. You never dealt with none of these sins to clean and wring out your heart. And that's where it comes from. And I'm gonna bring a verse in here as well, where it says that in 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 18, it says that the righteously scarcely makes it in heaven. If the righteousness people scarcely makes it in heaven, then what happens to the ungodly and the sinners? Where do they appear? If the righteously scarcely makes it in heaven, what makes you think that the ungodly people have a chance? What makes you think that the sinners have a chance without repenting when it's already too late? Now, this should be a wake up for a lot of people. Like I said that always before, do not be led just because of what someone else saying. Follow your spirit. Make sure that you have a clean heart. Go to God first before anything, before you be led astray. You feel like you're being led astray or whatever. But what makes you think that these ungodly people here on earth has a chance to make it in heaven? And what makes you think that when a family member passed away after you already know who this person was, just because they was a nice person on the outside, just because they will give you money, just because they will do for you, but they had all of these horrible seeds that was planted in their heart and sprouted through decades, by time you even grown to be older. And you believe that they make it. You believe that they make it into heaven when they haven't first cleansed their heart. What makes you think that heaven is an automatic place to go to? What makes you think that? It's just like when everybody passed away, all this war and everything going on, from hood battles and all of this stuff like that. When you got a lot of people, screaming out, rest in peace. You got the angel wings sitting on this person when this person done passed away or whatever. What makes you think this person is resting? What makes you think that? No one is perfect. Who am I to judge? I can't judge no one. If you know and follow the word, and not only even that, if you just know what God placed on your spirit and placed on your heart, you would have the revelation, some type of revelation, to speak about things like this, to know what it's like. What makes you think that you will automatically go to heaven? If you don't repent and cleanse out your heart right about now, while you have a chance, it will be definitely too late. It will be too late once you're in that line, being called for Judgment Day. It will be too late. I'm telling you from what he puts on my spirit. I'm telling you. What makes you think that you will make it into heaven? Heaven is not automatic. If that verse what I just just spoke to you. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18. If the righteous scarcely makes it in heaven, what makes you think that the ungodly and the sinner will be? What makes you think that they will be there? And you can be a believer righteously. You can be, following Christ. But if you have not asked God for repentance, for the sins that you have buried deep down inside, that you're so afraid to face, that you're so afraid to come out to admit just because you feel shameful, those people won't be able to judge you when it's that time. Only God will be able to judge you. It will be too late for you once you already trying to even think about the side of asking God. It wouldn't be none of that when you're in that line, because here on earth you have a chance. That's why he give us the opportunity here on earth to do all of that, what we need to get done. So when it's that time, man, listen, I'm telling you, it's going to be too late. So whoever is listening to this, family, friends, it don't matter who you is. It doesn't matter who you is. Supporters, listen. If your heart not in the right place, if you have all of this fornication going on, adultery, like you just thinking that this stuff is just, listen, you stealing, lying, all of this stuff, you thinking this stuff is just normal to do, man, you better think about it all over again. You better think about it all over again. Don't say people like me ain't warn you. I would love to see my peoples. I would love to see my peoples in heaven. I would love to see you on the other side. I would love to see y'all on the other side. Like, don't take this message and thinking that I'm just a godly or whatever, a spiritual being, which is I am, but still, don't take this message and think that like you just too street, like you just too hood or gangster or whatever to accept a message, or you just too stuck in your ways or whatever just to accept this message. That ain't about that. Like I said before, these people are not going to be able to judge you when you're in that line. So it doesn't matter what other people think, because that's the only way that why you will be thinking that way is because you're looking for validation from other people just to get your cool points, to make you feel like you cool, to accept whatever I'm saying, whoever else was speaking like this that came across you, to just to accept something like this. It don't have to be that. Follow yourself. Be a leader yourself. Be a leader and be a leader for others. This is not a joke around, play around message, because you think that you see when people dying every day, you thinking that they can take whatever they want with them. You have not seen that one person take anything with them. So what makes you think that here on earth is a thing that you can get on by with anything and you will be able to take these things with you. You will not be able to get by with anything. You will not be able to come close to, trying to getting by with anything on earth, man. It's just pretty much you're not supposed to be in love with this world. You're not supposed to be in love with this world at all. And it also speaks about that also in scriptures. You're not supposed to be of this world. You're supposed to be of God, and that's what it is. I don't care what you're thinking. I don't care how you feel. You can be how you want to be. You can be so whatever you want, whatever you thinking, whatever your image or your character is. You can be however you wants to be. But I'm trying to tell you, when that time comes and you're in that line, you're over with. That is a wrap. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. God ain't gonna feel sorry for you. Because you had your time here on earth. You had your time here on earth, and that's all that matters. So I suggest you should go ahead and start repenting. Start cleaning out your heart, because we living in the last days. Stop playing around thinking life is sweet. And stop thinking that you can control your own life, because in the morning you might not wake up. You might not even wake up. You keep playing around thinking things sweet, then you can find yourself in that pit that you don't want to be in for the rest of your life. But I'm actually relating this message like this because that I want to see my peoples in the heaven gates. I want to see them. I want to be able to see them there. I don't want to see nobody that I know or who I haven't speak to, going to hell in that pits of fire. I don't want to see that, because that's the end of it. That's the end of it. I'm telling you, it's no manipulating God when you get in that line. There's no saying that, oh, I thought this, oh, can I make it? It's none of that. I'm trying to tell you, it's none of it. You have to take the time while he gave you here on earth. That's why you was born in the first place, to answer your call, to pursue your purpose in life. And to come across people like me, or you become a person like me, whoever, a leader or whatever, to know, to stand up and represent, things like this in life, so that you can have a chance. You can have a chance to make it in heaven. The righteously scarcely makes it in heaven. That is barely making it in heaven. If the righteous people, that means that you don't get a well done. You barely made it in heaven. And that comes from those low seeds that's still been in our heart, that we haven't truly fully forgive other people when God has forgiven us for everything. That comes from those low seeds that is still planted in your heart, and you still seem to find a way to thinking that I'm just going to go about my business and let this person be, and I don't have to speak to this person or whatever. Yeah, you're right, you don't have to speak to them, but when you say you forgive a person and the next time come around, whatever, when it's that time, when you fully, like when you heal, when you're supposed to be healed, the way you say that you forgive this person, You will speak to this person like you just met this person. You will speak to this person like you have fully forgave them, instead of holding on to those grudges of feeling like you don't want to let this person completely back into your life. That's cool and that's understandable. But it's a way how to do it. It's a way how to do it in a way that you do forgive, but you don't be naive about the things that would happen. You don't hold those grudges over that person. You just go with the flow of things. You just go with the flow of things, and you don't have to put all your trust into that person. You can forgive, but don't hold on any grudges. You know who this person is now. So there's no need to hold on to grudges. I know it's hard. Trust me, I'm working on that as well for myself. But I know once I come across any people that actually turn their back on me and really did me wrong in the past, I would know how to still help them out. I would still know how to help them out. I might feel a little salty about it in a way, but that ain't stopping me from helping them out. That ain't stopping me from. I could say those emotions, those thoughts and everything might try to creep back in, but I would know how to help those people out. I would know how to communicate with those people. That's why we go through so much tests in our lives when we really need it, but ignored everything and try to rush to the fast life and missing out on everything and missing out on every lesson that what is shown and what is given to us for a reason. And we wonder why we always running in circles and don't get things done. But we thinking that we getting things done. But man, listen, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you got 10,000 people in front of you in that line when nobody hasn't made it in heaven and you the next one called up and you're afraid out of your mind. You don't even know how to explain this. Because there's nothing to be explained. There's nothing can be explained when you're in front of God. There's nothing that you can explain. 10,000 people and you the 10,001. Imagine that. 10,000 people ain't make it in heaven. And you're next up in line. That's just the 10,000 people in front of you now. We ain't talking about behind you as well. So you just gotta be more mindful, man, and ask God to cleanse out and wring out your heart, man. And a lot of people is gonna have their opinions or whatever. So what? Let it be, because at the end of the day, they're not God. They can only say and do so much for themselves. When that time comes, it's totally different. So I just want y'all to get that and make sure that y'all do receive this. so that it can reach to so many people. I need this to reach to so many people, so a lot of people can really be saved, man. Because you don't know, we don't know what's up in front of us. There's a lot of things that's getting ready to take place, man, and a lot of people is not prepared for. Y'all thinking that this world, y'all thinking that this thing is a joke. Now listen, it's way more to it than what you think. People are so blind. They just so stuck in their own ways. The devil got a hold on them. Not the devil. The devil have a hold on them. They don't even know that they can break out or how to break out of it. That's just how bad it is. But may God bless y'all. I hope that whoever come across this video, y'all share your opinion, y'all share your thoughts. Let me know what y'all thinking. And I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.